Brian Higgins back here and into his second week on the gig now as offensive coordinator at Tim Lester. And Tim, let's talk about it. Now that you're into week number 2 and have a rhythm going, what changes for you here into week number 2?
For the new stuff we put in last week, it's the second time through for our guys. We're playing a young quarterback and a couple of young guys, so it's every day we get to practice, we get a little bit better. So every single time we see a new look, they're learning. And we can't practice enough. Last week I had 2 freshmen out there, and they battled, and so they're learning. So there's a curve, but every day we can get out there, we get a little bit better.
Before I ask you to evaluate your players, let's do something a little unusual. Evaluate yourself. How'd you feel the rhythm of the play calling went, and you were just back into the swing of that?
Yeah, I was real nervous. But after I called about the second or third play, it really wasn't. I was doing the math before the game. I think I've called 109 games or something like that, or 103, 90 on offense and 13 on defense. And so I think I was trying to talk myself into not being nervous. But once we started play calling, I thought our rhythm was good. I think I was overly aggressive at times. I'm really critical of myself, but I thought we changed personnel. We moved the pocket. We kept the young guys out of too many tough situations. And overall, I was happy. Now looking back, we got to capitalize in the red zone. That's been our thing all year, and that problem still poked its head up at us, and so we got to work on that. It's a daily thing, but overall, I got into a rhythm pretty quickly on the first drive, and I was happy with that part because that was the part I was most nervous about.
Let's talk about red zone first, then, since you bring it up. You do score the 20 points in the game, but only 6 of those are red zone points, and I think Terrell maybe was your best red zone threat earlier in the year with his running. So what has to change there from really not even the red zone but inside the 10 for you?
Yeah, it's really we have to not get penalties. We've gotten not a ton of penalties, but they're all in the red zone. It's really ironic that way. Just false starts and little stuff like that, and we got to make plays. Everything down there is a contested catch. There's no wide open guys. There's not a lot of space because the safeties don't have to backpedal. So, the execution really has to be perfect. And we're not executing at that high level. We're going to the right guys. If we ran a flat route, we had a shot, and AJ threw it behind Gully. And if he puts it on the front shoulder, we got a shot. And then we dropped the ball, and we threw one up to Steve. We almost came down. So, we just got to keep being aggressive and give those guys chance. Because in the passing game, we got to have playmakers down there, and we have some. And we just got to continue to put it in their area and let them keep having confidence in going up and making a play.
All right, let's work backwards toward your quarterbacks and start with a young playmaker in Steve Ishmael, who we've seen has the talent, and you sort of saw it explode there a couple times over the weekend.
Yeah, he had a great game. He's always a guy that from the moment he stepped on campus, if you put the ball in his area, he has these mitts. He finds ways. Balls are behind guys or on the other side of the defender, and he'll find a way with the ball. And so he did a great job. It was just a matter of time until he got comfortable enough, to start making big plays on a Saturday. And he had some opportunities, and he, I think it was his second touchdown, he did a great job reading coverage. He had to adjust his route and bend into the middle, and it was a veteran move. And then he finished it. He finished the playing guy in the end zone. So, he's a great young player, and he's only going to get better every day.
And the guy that made the throw on both of those touchdowns is a true freshman, A.J. Long. You put it all together, he's a true freshman. His first snaps come against the defending national champs. Were you surprised he handled it as well as he did, or it sounds like that's just in his personality?
That is really his personality. I really didn't think he just goes out there and has fun and plays. He loves playing the game, and he he was calm the whole time I talked to him. He didn't have any issues seeing coverage and really making tough decisions, taking shots when he needed to. And, Steve wasn't the primary receiver on the first touchdown. He took a shot. He saw man coverage and said, I'm going to take a shot on this one. And threw a good ball, and Steve made a great catch. So it's, he's just got a demeanor where he's calm under pressure, and it definitely helped him, in that situation.
Yeah, I saw him one point during the third quarter just walking down the sideline smiling. I'm like, well, that's a whole different thing, and that's going to work out pretty well for him. How does it play forward this week where now Wake Forest knows it's probably going to be A.J. Long this week, and now opponents can begin game planning specifically for him?
Yeah, he's a mobile quarterback. He's a different type of mobile quarterback than Terrell. Mm-hmm. I think he's a little bit faster. He's not going to break as many tackles as Terrell did. He's not going to be in between the tackles as much as Terrell did. He's more of a danger on the perimeter, So he's a different type player. So they're going to have to prepare, but it's hard. A guy that can throw the ball and that's smart with the ball, but has the ability to pull it down and run it if he needs to. It's still a mobile quarterback, but it's a little different than Terrell. So it'll be interesting. It's always difficult to stop those type guys.
And lastly for you, Tim, week 2 of you up there calling the plays. So what are your expectations this week against Wake Forest?
Well, we just got to get in a rhythm again. We got to run the ball. I thought we ran the ball well. It was tough when we got down to really lean on the run because I thought we were running the ball well. I think we averaged almost 5 yards a carry, and I would have loved to continue to lean on that. And but we got to the point where we had to throw it more, So depending on how the game dictates, I'd love to continue to pound it. I don't know. We were almost 50-50 run pass, which is my goal every game, and continue to just lean on the big guys up front. We got a great stable of running backs, and then keep hopefully that allows us to make our passing game a little bit easier.
All right, Tim, thanks a lot, and good luck to you on Saturday.
I appreciate it.
All right, that is Tim Lester. We'll see his offense in action once again this Saturday at noon.